You are. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not ashamed of myself. It was great.
I know you're not, and that's sad.
I'm happy on the inside. Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob. And we're all by our little lonesome selves this time.
I know, we're about to have to start calling it the Bob and Katie and Tim Show. No, I'm just kidding. I enjoy having Tim here with us.
Yeah. It's kind of nice, like, there was points where I was able to do things, you know, like look things up, and there was somebody else to carry the conversation.
Yeah.
Like when it's just us and I try to look at something, or you try to look at something, it's like the other one just has to wait.
Which is usually me.
Kill the momentum a little
yeah.
bit. So this episode is going to be a little bit of an experiment for us. I have something special to guide us through the whole episode. Normally we kind of just sit down and we have ideas, but it's real easy to just move away from them. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know absolutely what you mean.
So I've created us a guided path, and all you have to do is look at the TV, and it's going to walk us through everything.
Did you make like a PowerPoint presentation or something?
I sure did. We're going to PowerPoint the hell out of this episode.
Oh my gosh.
You ready to get it started? You didn't even give me any topics. Like, I had to come up with everything, but it's all in here, and I'm just going to let you see it and run with it.
So if it's dumb, it's going to be all on you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So you ready to get this started?
All the power, all the glory, all the blame, huh?
Here we go. Wasn't that fancy? Did you like that? First topic.
You realize nobody can see that, right?
I can see it. It makes me feel good about myself. Now, the first topic is Bob's a jerk. Do you have any idea what that might be about?
I mean, I live with you, so yeah. Are you talking about like one specific instance?
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling you're going to tell me about it. Was I there?
Oh, yeah, you were there. So, I got off work last night, and I came home, and you were upstairs with the twins getting ready to put them in the bed.
Oh, God, this is like the meanest thing that you could ever do to a mother.
So, you want to walk everybody through?
Yes, let's tell everybody just how much of a jerk you are.
Just so we're clear.
In case there was any doubt.
Just so we're clear, I did name the topic Bob's a jerk, and I am fully aware that 90+% of everybody that listens is going to side with you.
Only 90%?
I said 90+. 90+. Anywhere between 90 and 100%.
If you don't side with me after this story, I'd like to hear from you. I would like to hear why.
Now, that being said, I thought it was hilarious. So go ahead and walk us through what happened to you.
First of all, my dear loving husband loves to pull practical jokes and scare me all the time.
All the time.
It's not just you. It's in your DNA. It's like your whole family loves to pull jokes on
especially
people,
my dad.
Scare people. Your brother has gotten me, up until last night, the worst like anybody's ever gotten me was your brother.
So what I did to you last night, that was the worst ever?
Yes,
in your life? Okay.
Hands down worst ever. I've never been more scared in my entire life. And see, what I think it was is while I was pregnant with Reese, you kind of laid off on like scaring me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were scared you were going to make me go into labor.
I just didn't want you to pop and the baby to come out early.
But you kind of laid off, and you made comments about it, like, I can't wait till you're not pregnant anymore so I can scare you again. And you try to get me, and a lot of times, like, you don't really get me, and it upsets you.
It does.
And I can see it in your eyes. You're just crushed if it doesn't scare me.
But I got you last night.
So last night, as far as I knew, you were still at work.
Mm-hmm.
I was here. I was putting the kids to bed. I had left Reese downstairs.
The 5-month-old.
In his swing in the kitchen.
And you were upstairs.
And he was asleep. No. He hadn't gone to sleep. He was crying. That's what it was.
Right.
Anyway, and I left him in the swing, gave him toys, trying to occupy him long enough where I could put Reagan and Riley to bed. So I tucked them in, and I grabbed a load of laundry and took it downstairs that I was going to throw in the wash machine. So I go downstairs, I have clothes in my hand, and I'm all feeling confident about myself. I was like, I got the kids in bed on time. It was like 2 minutes till 9. We always shoot for 9 o'clock. And a lot of times, whenever I'm by myself, that does not happen. So I come down the stairs, armful of laundry, and I look to the left to look at the clock on the stove as soon as I get down to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
And then I turn immediately to my right to go to the laundry room. And as my eyes are sweeping across the room, I notice the back door was open.
Slightly cracked open. Maybe like 2
Like
inches.
not wide open,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was open.
But it was shut and locked.
Yeah, I keep the door locked.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it was not open whenever I went upstairs. So I felt like there was ice in my veins. Like, I've heard that saying before, and that's
like
what it felt like.
somebody opened this door.
Like, I knew that's not supposed to happen. And it's like your brain scrambles for an explanation, you know? And I felt like I was standing there for the longest time just staring at this open door. And then my brain said, oh my God, the baby. And I look over at the swing, and he's not in there. And I'm pretty certain at that moment that my heart stopped. And my brain was trying to figure out what to say and what to do because I wanted to yell his name, but it was like all this was going through my head so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to scream, Reese, but I knew he's a baby. He can't respond to me. So like I said nothing. And I turned around and I saw you in the living room holding the baby. And I just fell on the floor and sobbed. And I couldn't get up for probably a good 10 minutes because I felt like my entire body was like Jell-O.
I couldn't breathe.
You were laughing so hard and I was crying my face off.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to catch it. I'm going to get emails about this. I'm pretty sure.
It was so mean. Like, I thought a million things in my brain within a few seconds. And I was like, no way somebody came in my house and freaking kidnapped my baby. This is not supposed to happen. This is crap you see on TV. No freaking way. I couldn't breathe. I don't know what I was about to do. I don't know why I turned towards the living room. I don't know where I was going to go. I don't know.
I know that it was all kind of messed up for you, but I know why you turned towards the living room. I started backing up and I hit the red chair and it made a noise. And that's when you turned around. So, and that's why you turned. Like, I know that it's not clicking with you.
Yeah,
because
I don't know. I was like, what do I do? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was the most absolute dreadful, awful feeling anybody could ever feel to think your child was taken. It was horrible.
It was everything that I thought it could be. And just a little bit more.
I think that you're a little more than slightly disturbed for thinking that was funny. I think you need therapy.
That's why we do this. I don't disagree with you at all. I might need a little help. But, it's not like I actually went and stole a baby. I just pretended like someone did. I didn't even pretend it. I just picked the baby up and walked in the living room and didn't tell you I was there.
You knew exactly what you were doing.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not. You think it's hilarious.
I'm sorry that it upset you so much that like you can get up off the floor, but like
you were like, come here, give me your hand, get up off the floor. And I was like, I can't. I cannot stand up. My legs will not support me right now.
I can't say that I'm sorry enough that I wouldn't have, like, I would do it again. I'm not going to do it again. I've already done that joke.
Like, you realize if you were if any other single person on the face of this planet had come in my house and tried to even remotely look like they were going to take my baby, I would stab them or strangle them with my bare hands. I could probably do that. Anybody else.
And, like, I had to hide because I couldn't, like, like what would be something that you could do is, like, put on, like, a hoodie and, like, a mask or something. But, like, you'd look at me and go, oh, that's my fat husband. I know his shape. So, like, it probably could have been cool if I'd have brought, like, a skinny person home and been like, hey, just pick the baby up and be walking through the kitchen when she comes down the stairs.
Like, I have been robbed twice. And neither time was I as scared as I was last night.
So what you're saying is it was a successful scare prank for sure. And I didn't film it. It was.
I mean, I guess
it was just for me. That was just my little gem.
You're a horrible person. You are. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not ashamed of myself. It was great.
I know you're not, and that's sad.
I'm happy on the inside. Like, there's not a lot of things.
I'm glad you have joy at my expense, Bob.
There's not a lot of things that make me like real happy inside.
Terrifying your wife is one of them?
That was one of them. Like,
oh my gosh.
So.
Your mama's going to fuss at you.
Oh yeah,
she's going to hear this. Okay. And yeah, she's going to listen to it, and I hope you get a phone call, and I hope she gives you an earful.
I'm going to ask her first, and be like, so did you listen to this last episode? And she's going to go, All right, let's move on. You ready for the next one?
I guess so.
Like I'm gonna show you this picture, and I want you to try to figure out what I want to talk about.
Halloween? You dressing up as a clown?
So the picture that just came up was a picture of a red balloon. So I definitely understand why you get it out of that, but it's not. September 4th. You know what's special about that date?
What's our kid's birthday?
Well, I think it was the 3rd. We had a birthday party. Was September 3rd? Like the day before, it was a Saturday or Sunday? It was a Sunday. It was the day before, right? Anyways, yes. We had a birthday party. Yeah. So you and I got up that morning with a game plan and a game face. And we were like, we're going to get everything done. There's a lot to do. We're going to have some caffeine and we're just going to hit the ground running. And I was like, you know what? I can be blowing up balloons while I'm drinking my Red Bull. Time management, right? It's like, this is a good idea. So I'm blowing up balloons. And we bought the
helium tank.
Yeah, we bought a helium tank.
Yeah, we decided to go the cheap route and go, oh yeah, we're going to blow up our own balloons.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was sitting there taking a chug of Red Bull and then putting a balloon in my mouth going, I probably would have had a seizure or something if I had tried doing that.
Well, first of all, there's nowhere nearby there's no Party City nearby. The closest one is in Wilmington, and it's like 45 minutes away. 45 minutes to an hour. If you hit traffic, no. So we're like, we'll just blow up our own balloons.
So I blow up the balloon. How many balloons do we blow up?
I don't know.
Like 20, right? It was a lot.
Yeah, I had 12 of each, and I had 3 different colors, and then I had like 5 like specialty like Mylar balloons, and one of them was a big Buzz Lightyear. So
can you explain what a Mylar balloon is? Because I was there and I don't even know what a Mylar balloon is. It's the
foil looking balloon.
Oh, okay.
Not the latex balloon.
Can't be using big words like that. You know I'm simple over here. Well, we got done blowing up the balloons, and I started reading the box.
It knows we're talking about it.
It knows we're talking about it. You wait your turn. We'll get there. And I look, and sure enough, this box says that the helium... I looked. Oh, you looked. And what did it say?
It said float time. Not flight time.
Flight time.
Float time. And it had like different size balloons. I think we had 12-inch balloons. And it was like, was it 4 to 6 hours?
4 to 6 hours. And we were blowing these balloons up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
The party was like 9 hours away or 8 hours away.
You told me that, and I was like, oh my God, what have we done? And I was like, we're just going to have to hope for the best. That's all we can do because it's done.
Yeah, we lost a few before the party even started.
Sure enough, they just started going down.
Didn't want to float anymore.
Now,
gave it up.
That was September 3rd. Okay?
Yes.
There is a balloon floating around us right now, and it is November 8th.
It's one of the Mylar ones.
It is.
So FYI, if you want to blow up balloons for any event, the Mylar balloons will float for freaking ever. So the 5 Mylar balloons that we had, we let the kids play with them because, kids love balloons. And our kids played with them
weeks.
For weeks. We eventually popped a few of them that didn't, had just started to not float so well. And then this last one.
Well, there was one that like the kids were fighting and they started hitting each other. So I popped it in front of them and I was like, we're not going to fight or the balloons go away. But yeah, this one balloon, it floated up the stairs. And it came into the studio, and it just sat on the ceiling.
It's been here for 2 months.
I remember, I'm just going to let it stay there because I wonder how long.
Yeah, it's been like this ongoing thing. Yeah. Like every so often, we're like, can you believe that balloon's still there?
Well, I think it's going to
just like left it.
It's going to call it quits soon because the air's gotten so low that it has migrated into the hallway. I mean, it's still on the ceiling, so I don't know. But it's crazy, right? everybody listening to this is going, is this really happening? Are they talking about a balloon? It's not even doing any tricks.
This was your thing. That's it. If it's dumb, it was on you. You're the one who put the red balloon on the TV.
I did. I don't care. People can be bored if they want to. I think it's freaking amazing. That balloon has been blown up for 2 months. Now, because I did have a rather dull-ish balloon story, I do got another surprise for you coming up. I got us a game.
Oh my gosh.
We did this a long time ago where I'll show you a picture and you get to decide whether that picture is gross or cute.
Okay.
I don't think we had
It's completely my discretion, right?
Yep, completely up to you.
Like there's no win or lose.
No, it's not at all. I just want to hear what you got to say about the pictures that I picked out. And then for you listening at home, since you can't see the pictures, all you have to do is...
You get to hear me talk about them.
Yeah. Go to thebobandkatieshow.com, go to the contact page and sign up for the email list, and I will have all these pictures in the email that comes out with the episode. So you ready for your first picture? And then I'll tell...
So that's not the first one?
No, that's just the... So do you think that is gross or cute? It's a little hairless animal cat thing?
It's a hairless cat.
Yeah.
Well, it's a baby, so...
I got you.
It's kind of cute. I'm not a fan of the hairless cats. They weird me out.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do is, once you see the picture... Before you see the picture, I'm going to actually go back and edit in. I'm going to say what the picture is so people can hear it before you see it. So you ready for number one?
So by the time they hear this, that will be completely void. Moot.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right. Here you go. First picture. The picture is a foot with an extremely gross long toenail.
What is that? Is that a toenail?
Oh, yeah.
That is disgusting. There is nothing cute.
I don't even know how that's possible. Like, how you let that happen to yourself.
Like, how does your toenail grow? It looks like a snail shell.
Yeah, and like, if you look up at the spin, it looks like there's skin in it. Like, it looks like there is skin inside of that toenail somewhere.
Like, yeah, it doesn't, and the more towards the end you get, the less it looks like a nail.
Yeah, it almost looks like curved wood. Really. Like, how do you allow...
That looks painful.
It can't be comfortable. It can't be comfortable. So, are we going to go with...
That's gross.
We're going to go with gross on this one? All right. Second picture. You ready? The picture is a woman with her head cocked backwards and a hot dog sliding across her face with her tongue out.
What is that on her face?
That is a hot dog flying through the air that she is trying to catch in her mouth. And there's mustard and ketchup all around her lips. Look how long her tongue is.
I was like, her tongue, it looks like a leaf. What? That's unnatural.
Like, it reminds me of that movie Aliens at the end, where the guy's in the bar, or like at that, like the...
How is she going to catch that in her mouth when her head is tilted completely back?
She looks like that bunny at your grandma's house.
Like, from what direction was that hot dog thrown? Because her mouth looks like it came straight from the sky.
I think it might have hit her in the face, and it caused her to, like, go back.
Really? Like, how hard does somebody throw that hot dog?
Like,
her neck is bent.
Somebody was like, here, catch this hot dog.
And like, you notice her hands aren't up or anything. Like, defensively, she just said,
take it in the face.
That's...
But yeah, it reminds me of the alien scene at the end when they're in like the is it a deli? Not a deli. It's just like a diner. And the guy gets up and he starts holding his stomach and he's like, oh, and he lays back and like the alien busts out of it. That's what she looks like.
Like the alien?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But she's having fun. They're having a good time. They're partying. So do you think this is cute or just a little gross?
I mean, is she having a good time though? Oh. Is that the face of somebody who's having a good time?
She's real. Look at her eyeballs are focused on that wiener. Look at her eyeballs. She sees
She
it.
does look pretty focused.
She's like, I got this. And she is literally
It's
fixing
definitely
to
not
wrap.
cute, though.
She's about to wrap her tongue around that hot dog like a frog when it catches a fly.
No, because she's not going to catch that. It's like by her nose, and her head is completely tilted back.
So we're going to go with gross on this one?
Yeah, that's gross.
All right. Next picture. Here we go. The picture is a small, white, fluffy dog with his tongue out and wearing a necktie.
Oh, my lord. Is that its real tongue?
Hang on.
Or is that like photoshopped in?
Oh, that's his real tongue.
Well, that is freaking adorable.
And he's wearing a tie.
Pretty much any animal, if you put a necktie on him,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be cute.
So what is this dog thinking right now? I mean, look at him.
He's thinking, man, I'm freaking cute.
He is pretty cute.
That's what he's thinking.
Does it make you want a dog?
No.
You're done, huh, for a while?
Yeah.
You got a lot of stuff to take care of and keep alive.
I love animals. I really do. I would have a zoo if I could. But when Mario died,
Our little dog.
It crushed me.
Distraught.
And I know there's plenty of people out here listening who's had a dog and it died and they were sad. Like
There's people listening that have been listening the whole time that are right now they're going, wasn't that like 3 or 4 years ago? Yeah.
It was only 2 years ago.
And
September 22nd.
Your eyes are moist
of 2015.
right now. So yeah, I don't.
He was my baby. We had him since before we got married.
Yeah.
And all the years that, we tried to have kids and couldn't, he was my baby. He was my baby. And so, yeah, it crushed me when he died. And I'm like, I get so attached and I just can't. And
attach.
And we have 3 kids now. And like, I seriously do not need another living thing to have to clean up after right now. I can't.
All right, let's do the next picture. You ready? Here we go. Okay, I need you to process this. So talk it through because nobody can see it.
My initial reaction was, oh, that's cute.
So let everybody know what it is.
It's this little animated slice of bread. And he has eyes and a nose.
And he's smiling.
Or is that his mouth? I don't know. Anyway, he's happy and he has a little tab of butter.
With eyes and a mouth.
Yeah.
And dimples.
Yeah. And he's rubbing the butter on his belly.
And up above it, it says, "You melt my heart." Now, when I first saw this, you're supposed to be doing this. You tell me, you walk me through it. You tell me what you think.
Well, like I said, my initial reaction is, oh, that's adorable. But, I don't know, it's kind of creepy and morbid, too.
There's a very,
that butter's gonna melt.
Sexual overtone to
this,
I
yeah,
thought.
He is kind of enjoying rubbing that butter on himself a little too much.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then, the butter's it's gonna melt and be gone.
He's killing that butter.
He's murdering that butter with a smile on his face.
And his crotch. He's murdering that butter with his crotch. Well, if you look at his eyes, oh God, his eyes are just like, oh yeah, butter. This butter's so good.
Yeah, if he was talking, that's what he would sound like.
Yeah. But I don't know, the butter's eyes are doing the same thing. He might like it.
I don't know. He looks a little sad to me.
But I just thought,
he's come to terms with it.
Yeah.
You can see it in his eyes. He's accepted his fate.
Yeah.
See, look. There he goes. Close those little eyes. Here we go.
I just thought there was a very strong sexual tone to this animated thing that the person that made it definitely didn't mean for it to be that way. But I feel like that's what's happening. So the question is it gross or is it cute?
I don't know if gross is the word that I would use.
Is it more gross or is it more cute?
I think it's cute.
You think it's cute?
It's cute, yeah.
Okay. It's very rapey.
It's erotic.
Yeah. So that's thebobandkatieshow.com and go to the contact page and we'll
if you want to see some erotic toast.
Erotic toast and butter porn. Okay, here we go. We got one more. You ready? And go.
Oh, no. Oh, that's a bad day.
Yeah, that's a bad day. She doesn't know.
Okay. What is she digging in a tote?
Yeah, and it looks like she's in a store. Like maybe
First of all,
at Walmart.
What is she after in that tote? That she, I don't know, couldn't make it to the bathroom, doesn't care.
Maybe the tote was heavy.
Know.
Maybe the tote was heavy. Because, I mean, it's not like a whole bunch. It's just like one little brown circle right in the middle.
Do you think she just sharted? So she doesn't know?
She probably thought she farted. Yeah.
It was just like, man, that fart was juicy. So the guy at the edge of the frame with his hand in his pocket.
I don't think he can see it.
Do you think he's with her?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, if he didn't see it before, surely he sees it now.
Now, what about the guy holding the camera? He sees it. And
obviously.
Oh, yeah, he's like, oh my God, this is going on the internet. Which kind of sucks for her, you know? It's kind of mean. It's kind of like
Poor
being
lady,
a bully.
like, she probably doesn't even know that there's a picture of her poop-stained backside floating around the internet. She probably just had a bad day. She didn't know till probably she got home that night. Took her clothes off or something. And was like, oh no. And she probably went, I wonder how long this is. I've been walking around with poop on my butt.
And you know she's got a Facebook page. I mean, you know she does.
Poor
like,
thing.
you know, I mean, look at her. She's got Facebook. I have Facebook. She's got Facebook. So we're going to go with gross, or are you going to call that cute?
Well, it's not cute. No, that's gross.
Okay. We got one more ugly thing to talk about. And this is the first time that I've ever brought like some hard-hitting, largely talked about news into the show. But I'm not putting this under Bob O'Clock news. This is just news.
Okay.
This dude.
I don't know who that is.
Really? Well, God bless you.
I don't think so. Who is it?
That is Harvey Weinstein.
Okay, yeah.
In case anybody's been living under a rock or in Utah.
What do you mean, Utah? Why?
Our listener base in Utah just dropped.
Why would you say? Why are you gonna like just pick on the people of Utah? What is that supposed to mean?
It was just a joke. Don't worry about it. It's okay. So.
What do you mean? It's okay. Like it went over my head?
No, it didn't.
Like it just wasn't funny.
Yeah, it missed, and now you're dragging it out, and everybody knows. I'm like, this guy's not funny, and she knows it. So this dude, so far, it has come to light that he has diddled, fondled, or raped upwards of 57 women. That's a lot of women.
Yeah.
Like, and then more people are coming out about other people, and it's crazy, like how rapey everything is right now.
You're the one who brought out the rapey toast.
But here's my problem. One of them women is Angelina Jolie. And I got a problem with that.
With all of them or just her?
No, with all of them. But you can't try to force yourself on Tomb Raider. That's not smart.
Well, apparently he did. So
this dude gets on a private plane, right? And now he's going to Europe.
Like right now?
Right now. He's there. He's there by now.
How are you supposed to show your face in public ever again?
He is going to...
I mean, I'm not saying it's okay for him to go to Europe.
A sexual rehab center to try to get past all of his problems. That's out of control, like in my mind. That's out of control. It's a very simple thing, okay? You don't touch people if they're not okay with it.
I think it's more of a, he had too much between money and power, authority, and he thought he could use that to his advantage to get whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Sometimes you're born, like, we're all different, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that think a lot of really sick things, and you just never know about it. You know what I mean? I get it. I don't get it, but for some reason... he was into that. He was into forcing himself onto people, making people do things that made them uncomfortable. That turned him on. Okay. So in your mind, that is something that you're into. Doesn't mean you can act on it. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever been in traffic and thought, I want to shoot this person? You have a thought. It happens. But you don't do it.
Of course. He
knew what he was doing was wrong. You know what I mean? You can't go around diddling people. Like, unless they go, hey, Harvey, I want to be diddled.
I don't like that word. I don't like
What,
that word at all.
Diddled?
Yeah.
What word should I use?
I don't know. Molested? That's not a pretty word, but
That's not a pretty word at
it's
all.
the proper word.
57 people, man. Like, he's got to go to jail, right?
Oh, God, I hope so.
Like, I don't think any charges have been brought against him. He got on a
No
private
way.
plane and went to Europe to go to rehab. 57. I think he's like 65. Like, if he did one...
How does he not have charges? Like...
I don't know. He might have charges, man. I didn't,
I mean, I know there's a statute of limitations as far as, like, rape and stuff, but...
There was somebody that just came out that said it happened in the 70s. He's been doing this since the 70s.
Yeah, like, they can't...
That's like 40 years
They probably couldn't charge him for that.
Right.
But, yeah, anything in more recent times, yeah, he deserves to go to jail.
It's crazy. So what do you want to say to all the guys out there? From a female perspective.
No means no? I don't know.
you heard it here, guys. No means no. Unless she tells you that she wants to be diddled, don't touch her. Speaking of diddling, Patreon.com.
No. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say right now.
Oh, that made you uncomfortable, that whole conversation, didn't it? We're not used to that kind of stuff on this show.
Well, I mean, it's pretty blatantly obvious. No, you should not touch people inappropriately, and
Right.
you especially should not rape people. Mm-hmm. You should not molest people. Mm-hmm. You should not sexually assault people. Mm-hmm. And it's a given. Like, it's something you learn as a child. Keep your hands to yourself.
There you go.
Like, I don't understand why grown people just can't handle it.
And the whole reason I wanted to bring that is because we do have a wide variety of people that listen to our show now. They can't all be good. There's some bad people that listen to the show. And yeah, I mean, like, that's just
so
statistics.
Like, the message I'm going to send is, if you're thinking these thoughts, don't act on them.
Don't do it. Just go download another episode. Go for a walk, not through a park or anything like that. You don't need that in your life. Go somewhere where there's no people. Go to like Tombstone, Arizona. There's
people in Tombstone, Arizona?
Is there? I thought it was like a ghost town now.
Oh my god.
Go to the desert. Just go hang out in the desert.
Stop.
All right. Patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. You know this.
Well, I think as a disclaimer, we need to add that we are not making light of any sort of sexual assault by any stretch of the imagination.
Not only are we not making light of it, he needs to have his genitalia removed. That's how I feel about it. But I think that breaks some kind of
like cruel and unusual punishment or something.
But I think at some point you have to go, you're not allowed to have genitalia anymore. You have misused it.
I'm just saying, like, look, a couple of them. Just a couple of people like that. And maybe other people would straighten up.
If you drink and drive,
you get your license taken away.
You get your license taken away. Like, if you do it like 3 times, they'll send you to jail. Same thing. If you touch 57 women inappropriately and try to like mess with them before your genitals gone. No more genitals for you.
Your privileges.
Yeah. So there you go, Harvey Rapestein. No more genitals for you, buddy. You don't know how to use them properly, and you're giving all us guys a bad name. All of us. Giving us bad names. I mean, you just can't act on that stuff. So I think we should start a petition. The removal of Harvey Weinstein's genitals petition.
Oh my gosh.
So you ever get those emails where it's like, hey, sign this petition for something. So somebody get on that. But until you do, patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. We have a very special video that's going to come out this weekend. I'm excited. Aren't you excited?
Yeah.
Kate, we reached our goal of 10 patrons and actually overshot it by 2. So we got 12 patrons.
Ooh.
That's right. And at 10, we promised that we would shoot a video. And we're going to use your fancy dancy camera. So it's going to be in 1080p. It's going to be nice. Got a good lens on it. And you're going to show the whole wide world, and by the whole wide world, I mean the 12 patrons that we have, your beautiful, beautiful winking skills. One of the patrons has already seen it, Tim, and he thought you were having a seizure. But it's still, like, we've been married for 10 years, and I'm still like, I can't believe it. Like, I feel like it's just been
I can't wink very well?
I think it's this joke you've been playing on me for 10 years. Do you remember when like I started using
like
that?
One day I'm just gonna be like, I can actually wink really well, Bob. See?
Do you remember when I started using that term turd bucket? Hey, we talked about this before. Like One day I was like, I'm going to get her to say turd bucket. So what I did was I just started saying it all the time. Like somebody like cut us off in traffic, like, turd bucket. And I used the word for like 6 months. It took me 6 months. And then one day we were sitting on the couch and what happened? Mario did something.
Mario did something bad. I don't remember what he did. I called him a turd bucket.
Yeah, you little turd bucket. I lost it. I couldn't breathe.
You were laughing so hard. I was like, what is wrong with
and you? And you were just oblivious. You had no idea what was happening.
Like, a turd bucket is not that funny.
And then I clued you in on the 6-month practical joke that was only for me.
Disturbing mind games that you play on me.
So there you go.
Somebody has to be sitting there going, oh my God, this poor lady.
Yeah. That's all I do is I just torture you constantly.
He manipulates her. He brainwashes her. He acts like he's going to kidnap the baby.
Yeah.
How does she live with him?
I've been waiting for you to notice the 2 spiders crawling on the wall behind you.
What?
But you haven't.
God, you're so mean.
So if you want to see this video, go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show and become a part of the community. For as little as $1 will unlock the video. You'll get a sticker and you'll help support the show. At 20 patrons, and this is very important because we're over halfway there. When we get our 20th patron, everybody's going to get a part of the Death Jetta. If you're 21st, tough luck. You're not going to get it. Just the first 20 people. So go sign up now. And there's something else that I can't talk about, but keep your eyes open. There's another special thing coming down the patron line. I'm very excited, but you guys, it'll be there eventually. So there you go.
Top secret.
Top secret. Patreon.com/Bob and Katie Show. We have some music to feature this week.
Is it you?
It is. So this is what happened. You won a game. What did we play?
I don't remember because it was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. The deal was whoever lost was going to have to sing a song. And I haven't recorded it yet just because we didn't really plan that out very well.
No, you're like, whoever loses has to sing karaoke.
Yeah.
And now you're like, you've practiced this song and you're going to record it and make it sound all good.
Well, I'm just going to record and sing
If I had lost, you would have done that for me. You'd be like, all right.
No, I told you on the episode, I was like, don't worry. I said, we'll put the music together. We'll record it. We'll make it sound good. Or not make it sound good. I mean, you sing, you sing how you sing. I mean, I can't do nothing about that. I'm not a magician or anything. It is what it is.
I sing bad?
No, I don't. I think actually
like,
you sing good. You used to stand up in church and sing to people. I remember going to, it was a Christmas program one time, and you were like an angel or something, and you got up and sang. Oh, good Lord. I was getting ready to go on Harvey Weinstein at church.
Oh, my gosh.
So back in the days when I was in love with you, and I couldn't do anything about it. Because that's what you're supposed to do. you can't do anything about it unless she says
suffer
yes.
in silence.
Yeah, you're supposed to sit there and be miserable. Harvey, that's what you're supposed to do. You can't act on those thoughts just immediately. You're just like, oh, I like her. That's not how it works. It ain't
what was this hand? You said, like, if you...
Like, the world of relationships is not hungry hippo. That's not... You can't just go out and just... Like, that. It doesn't work that way. You have to go, excuse me, Miss Marble.
You have to slowly wear them down.
Yeah, you do. It takes 10 years, Harvey. When you find that one and you're like, do you want to go out with me? And she's, no, you're like my brother. It's like, okay, well, just wait a couple more years. And you just keep beating at it.
Like water against a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, be funny, be charming. And every now and then go, so, and she'll shoot you down. Just, and then you wait for like a horrible.
Swoop in when she's vulnerable.
Yeah. She has a horrible breakup, and then you're like, hey, you want to go get some dinner? And then, boom, you're out of the friend zone and in the man zone. Oh, yeah, that's how you do it, Harvey. You just don't go out and start touching people. It's not how you... It's not a game.
Can we stop talking about Harvey Weinstein?
Hungry hippos. Okay, so the music that I got, I had to go way back for. Way back.
What do you mean way back? Oh, this isn't what I was... What?
What did you think it was?
You were going to sing that song.
I'm not ready to sing the song.
You put a Flawless Hero song on the podcast already.
No, I didn't.
That's not what you put on like a couple weeks ago?
No, you don't ever listen to the shows. You have no idea what's going on.
You posted something on Facebook.
Yeah, but I never did it. I forgot. We had Tim
so
over.
You lied.
No, I didn't lie. I forgot. I said it was going to be on episode 95. and it's 96. I missed it by 1. You agreed to this. I was like, hey, I know I didn't get to do this song yet. Can I, I've got this old song that's really...
No, I did not agree to this.
Really bad. I said, can I put that up there until I get the other one done? And you were like, yeah.
No.
Yes, you did.
No,
yes,
I did
Yes,
not.
you did. Yes, you did.
Well, you still have to do the other one, too.
I am going to do the other one. I'm just kind of like going, hey, here's an entree before dinner.
Here's an appetizer.
Yeah, an appetizer. So...
Little teaser. Appetizer.
This is the deal with the song that I'm gonna put on the end. Basically, I tried to start a pop, punk, emo, screamo-ish type of band, and I was gonna play guitar and sing, which was way out of my comfort zone. And here, Katie will say, "Oh, I think you can sing really good," but the truth is, I can't. The truth is, I can hit notes close enough to confuse people. They're like, "Oh, I think he can sing." But I really can't. And then if you listen to it like twice, then you'll go, oh yeah, you're right, he can't sing. I listened to this song, though. It was recorded, 13 years ago? I think?
No, it wasn't that long ago.
It was longer than 10 years ago. Because it was done before we got married.
It was like right before we got married.
Can we go with 12? 11. We'll go with 11.
You can go 11.
So, we recorded this song 11 years ago, and I went back and I listened to it, and all I could think was, what an idiot I was. I did a horrible job putting the song together. I didn't write, there's 3 like choruses or verses and they're all the same. It's all the same words. This song is 6 minutes long and it's the same thing over and over and over again. It was like, I was just like, oh, this sounds really good. Let's just keep playing it. Let's just keep playing it for 6 minutes. You can't get away with that. Like even people that are amazing, when you put a 6-minute song out there, 80% of the time, everybody's like, this song's too long. And they stop it. So yeah, I wrote this 6-minute song. I didn't even write it. I wrote 45 seconds of a song and then just looped it a whole bunch. So there you go. It's a little embarrassing. It's the quality is somewhat good, but my vocals are not on. More time could have been spent on the vocals. It was just horribly produced, and I put it up there to embarrass myself just a little bit for you until I get the other song.
For you.
It's okay. I know you don't. We have shout outs.
Who we shouting out?
So this is going to be something new. We want to give thanks for the people that go and do reviews. This is somewhere where we can do like emails and things like that. I didn't really give anybody a heads up, but I got a couple reviews for our show that I thought we would read.
Okay. Like where?
These are iTunes reviews. These. Okay. So if you have an Apple product,
do we have it set up where people can review us on our Facebook page?
I don't know how to do that.
Is this something?
Can you do that? Can you set it up?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a business page.
Okay. Yeah, that might be the...
We'll figure it out. Oh. Just send us an email if you like us and don't have Apple. we'll probably read it. So, here's the first one. I'm going to let you read this one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's you. I'm talking to you. Oh, wow.
Like... I heard you, but for some reason I was just waiting for you to read it. And I don't know. I'm tired. It's been a long day.
We're almost done. We're wrapping it up here.
Like, you want me to read the title and the actual...
Yeah.
Okay. So, should have a camera following them. The review says, I look forward to this every week. I'd love to see a TV show. Bob is a great dude and Katie cracks me up. LOL. 5 stars.
This was... the reason I picked this one, it was our first review. This is 2 years old.
Oh.
Okay? The first person that left us a review is Lozman89 is the name. He knew, whoever this is, he knew right away that you were the star. Bob is a great dude, but Katie cracks me up. Like, it's insane. Like, all the stuff that I put into this show, like, all you have to do is come over, sit down, and everybody's like, she's the best in the world. We love Katie so much. And I'm just sitting over like, I'm tired.
Sparkling personality.
That's what it is? Okay.
And right. Probably because you're such a jerk.
Yeah, that's what it is. Keep going.
If this is what married life is like, sign
me up.
Sign me up. Bob and Katie are fun. Great podcast to listen to while I work. Hearts.
Oh.
5 stars.
Hearts. Do you remember that?
I do. Yeah, somebody sent you hearts.
So it's the name is...
Nobody's ever sent you hearts ever since then, have they?
No. People started sending me hearts like abundantly after that. I just kind of kept it away from you. I wanted to keep the listeners. That is from Grip Rip. So I don't know if that's a guy or a girl. I'm not sure. All right. Next one. It's a hoot. These two are just too much fun together. Except this episode is the Harvey thing was too much, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll try again next time. So, and that is from Barry
Together. I said in the beginning because it's on you. It ain't my fault.
It's my fault. I'm down. So, you want to get this next one? The last one?
Listen to this podcast.
That's actually a rule. That's what you have to do. So from here until eternity, that's what you got to do. This guy hit it right on the head. So, all right, go ahead.
Normal people talking about normal things. In a way, it's a show about nothing. Like Seinfeld. Love this podcast.
What I would really like is if you're going to go on and leave a review, make it funny. Let's hear some funny stuff on it. Make sure you get the 5 stars. I want the 5 stars. I
like the fact that we were compared to Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's cool. Somebody's like, no, they don't like Seinfeld. I like Seinfeld. This is a hippopotamus rape thing. So, and then lastly, I want to personally give a shout out to Tori, Eric, and Sean of House of Heroes Comics in North Myrtle Beach. Those guys helped me out with some stuff. They were amazing. It's a really cool little comic book store. What's cool about it is they deal strictly in like back issues and collectibles. So it's like, there's not all that hustle bustle of what's out this week, what's coming out next week, what's going on in the comic world. It's like, hey, you come in, you look for stuff, you know? So it's really cool. Go check it out. And it looks
like they have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh yeah,
by their front door.
I saw that. It's about halfway the size of the door. It's really cool. So and they have stuff like that. They had a whole collectible section of what is it called? Like Mallrats figures.
Oh my goodness!
Like I saw this Kevin Smith doll and I picked it up and I was like, I need to know how much this is. And I was looking for like the price, and then I realized you had to buy all of them, and it was like $100. I was like, well, I'm not doing this. And I put it back down because, you know.
Yeah, you better not come home with no $100 worth of Mallrats figures.
So, okay, we're going to rock it out the last little bit with some Bob O'Clock news.
Welcome to the Bob O'Clock news.
So what I did last episode was I was going to play a game, and I ruined it by not being organized, and I gave you the answer to the game.
Is that why you're like overly organized this time with your like PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, but I have a game for you. And it's nothing crazy, but I think it's going to be a little fun. So, Bob O'Clock news, here we go. Uber just teamed up with another company. So, okay. I'm going to give you 3 companies. You're allowed to ask me questions, and you got to figure out which one of these companies did Uber just become partners with.
Okay.
So, here we go. First company, Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
Well, that would make sense.
It would. People listen to music in their cars.
Yeah. We had isn't that what we had whenever we bought our truck? It
was pretty
free
rad.
for a couple months. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
So, second business, NASA. They were the people that build rockets.
I know who NASA is. Oh my gosh.
And the last one is Taco Bell and Burger King.
The NASA one makes absolutely no sense to me.
Why?
What does that have to do with Uber? Uber is like, hey, I need a ride somewhere.
Maybe somebody wants a ride to Mars. I don't know. Could you imagine
They're not going to catch an Uber.
So you can ask me a question about either one of these. Whatever you want, whatever question's on the top of your head.
So, the Taco Bell, Burger King, obviously they're owned by the same company.
Yes.
And also KFC?
I think so. There might have been some kind of weird split because this is what showed up.
I don't really know how they would team up with Uber unless it was like some sort of like discount or something, or for Uber employees, patrons.
.com/Bob K Show.
No, I said patrons, not Patreon.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, the Sirius radio thing makes the most sense to me. So, I mean, that's kind of just, I don't know. The other ones don't make any sense.
Okay, so let's start with Sirius Satellite.
So, okay, with Sirius Radio, obviously you listen to the radio in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if they're going to team up with Uber, does that mean like every Uber driver, like, do they get it for free?
The Uber drivers do get it for free, but not every Uber driver will have it.
Why not everyone?
Because not everyone's car has satellite radio.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
So some of the older cars don't have it.
But I don't like, with Uber, you're required to have like a certain year model car or newer.
But they can't really control what kind of radio you have, though.
But I mean, the majority of newer vehicles, I mean, I'm assuming.
I didn't make up the rules. I'm just telling you what the clause was.
Okay, so if your car is capable of having Sirius Radio.
Yes.
And you're an Uber driver, you get it for free.
You do.
I mean, that's smart.
When the passenger is in the car, there are certain stations that they're required to play. But when you don't have a passenger, they can use the satellite radio.
Why is there certain stations you'd be required to have to play?
I would imagine
Wouldn't it be like up to like the customer? Like, hey, I like this kind of music.
I think it's because...
Or they're like, no, that's not one of our required stations.
I think it's because Sirius Satellite is trying to push like certain advertisements or different channels, or because what they basically want to happen is every day Uber is thumping, right? Every single day. So if these drivers are using Sirius Satellite Radio, I would imagine they have the numbers to go, this is the most listened to channel, that maybe they figure they can pick up customers by experiencing those channels on Sirius Satellite.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So.
Okay, so NASA. If NASA teamed up with Uber, what on earth would be the purpose of that?
They want to create flying taxis.
So why did NASA team up with Uber, though? Because Uber isn't a taxi service. I mean, it is, but it isn't. People are using their own personal cars.
Right. And in this instance, it would be...
Is NASA going to build a fleet of vehicles to, like, let Uber have?
Fleet is a strong word. It will not be a fleet because it's going to be... Like, it's only going to be in, like, 1 or 2 towns to start with.
Well, why just Uber? Why not the general population?
It's probably because Uber has the money to back this up, I would imagine.
Well, I'm sure other companies does too. I don't, So these flying cars, will they be controlled and like driven by a person?
Yes. Pilots.
All right. That just seems really expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see any
like,
numbers,
I don't
but
know, like, because we don't live in an area where, like, we really take taxis.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really use public transportation. We live in the country. But if you have to pay a pilot to fly you to and from your destination, and I'm not talking to airports, just like, hey, I need a ride to my friend's house or something. Like, how expensive would that be? That's crazy.
I would imagine that's the thought they've put into it and why they've picked like 1 or 2 certain cities that they think people with money would benefit from this kind of, transportation. Not saying that a lot of people can't afford it. I'm just saying like there might be some times when somebody that, if somebody's a millionaire, they might be able to go, oh, let me pay $2,000 to take the
But
Uber
yeah, if they're a
flying
millionaire,
taxi.
are they going to be taking Uber? Or are they going to hire a personal driver?
If it's a NASA-built flying car, yeah, they might take Uber.
Yeah.
Like, you're not talking about this. See, it's a flying taxi and not an Uber, I would imagine, because Uber is using your own vehicle. This ain't going to be somebody's own vehicle. This is going to be a NASA-built flying taxi cab.
So, but Uber would own them, not
Oh, I don't know the
driver.
logistic. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, there's not too many people walking around.
Because as of right now, Uber doesn't own the vehicle.
No.
That's how their business has been so successful.
Yeah, there's no overhead at all.
They don't own the vehicles. All they do is recruit the people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now you're talking about them having to spend money on flying cars.
Yes.
They must have been saving up.
So.
All right, so Taco Bell and Burger King, if they team up with Uber, what is the purpose of that? What is that for?
This will be a lot easier to wrap your brain around. If you take a ride from Uber once they sign these contracts and get into motion, you get coupons for food when you take trips with Uber. So there'll be different specials every week. different coupons you can get, free drink with the purchase of this, that, or the other.
Buy a chicken sandwich.
Buy one, get one free. They mentioned that on like certain amount of customers will get something for free. Like they have some like tracker number clicker thing, I guess. I don't know what the number is, but they said they would pick a number and then that person would get like a free meal from one of these places every day.
So will they have it waiting in the car?
No, it's just, it's like, it's sent to your email along with the Uber receipt.
And is it just from Taco Bell and Burger King?
Taco Bell and Burger King. That was what was in the article.
I do like some Taco Bell and Burger King.
Could you imagine if you took an Uber ride and they were like, oh, by the way, you get a free taco? That'd be great, right? So, any more questions? You want to dig at anything else, or you think you got an answer? Or
the NASA thing, I think is out because that's just really far fetched.
So no flying taxis in the very near future, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole Taco Bell and Burger King thing is definitely plausible. Like I said, out of the three, I think the thing that makes the most sense is the Sirius radio.
Okay.
But then because it makes the most sense, I'm doubting if that's the right one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm going to go with Taco Bell and Burger King.
Taco Bell and Burger King. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Uber makes plans with NASA.
Are you kidding me?
So here we go. Check it out. Flying taxis. That is a thing of the very near future.
That makes me uncomfortable.
This is their prototype or sort of like an idea of what it's going to look like. So it's it's like a mix between a plane and a helicopter. So it's like a vertical lift. Like you don't have to take off on a runway. It's almost like a giant, drone. It's almost like a giant drone. So a commute between San Francisco and San Jose, which would typically take 2 hours during rush hour, would be cut down to just 15 minutes.
Wow.
So if you had a business meeting you had to get to real fast, you take the Uber taxi, the flying taxi.
Or if you have road rage in rush hour traffic. So
Holden said he expects Uber will have
Holden?
I don't know. I think that's the guy that is like like CEO of Uber. Will have its first flight demonstrations in 2020. So that's just 3 years away. And will serve commercially available to 2023. So in 6 years. 6 years. Now, it's going to be held in Los Angeles, where they're also going to have the Olympics in 2028. So their plan is, when the Olympics get there, there's going to be a lot of people using these Uber flying taxis. So, how crazy is that? It's like Fifth Element, man.
That is crazy.
Right? It's insane. Flying taxis.
Yeah, that makes me nervous. That's the world we live in now? Or not now, but
soon.
Very soon.
It's going to be 2018 in 2 months.
That's
less
crazy.
than 2 months. So you're talking about 2 years. 2 years from now.
Well, that's when they're going to have their first flight demonstrations.
Yep.
You know.
And I would imagine at that point, that's when laws are going to be made and it'll be like, okay, well, this is,
Yeah, who knows?
How high can you go? Are you allowed to go? Do you stay above traffic? You can't fly over people's houses or what is going to be the rules? You know what I mean? Because there's got to be a rule. Because if you send a drone over an airport, you go to jail. You know what I mean? So there's got to be rules. But there you go. We're getting into the stuff that you saw on the Sci-Fi Channel growing up.
It's weird to me, to think about, our kids going to school, which they will be in a couple years. When we were in school, social media wasn't even a thing.
Didn't exist.
It did not exist. No. Cell phones, when I was in high school, towards the end of high school, cell phones were just, I don't know, getting popular.
It was that Nokia phone, that was the real first.
I never had a cell phone in high school. No, I did. I had one of those, prepaid phones.
I had a cell phone
at one
in high
point.
School. I had a bowling game on it. Oh my God.
But yeah, just think about how the world has changed. And we're going to have to talk to our kids about so many things that our parents didn't have to worry about. And it's weird because my mom, she said those things to us when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
How much the world has changed and how we had things to deal with that she didn't have growing up. And oh my gosh, I feel like the world has changed so much. And there's so much that I'm not prepared, as far as our kids. I don't know. How do you talk to your kids about like cyberbullying and like things like, I'm like, I don't know.
Like, to me, when they talk about cyberbullying, and please understand, I am not taking it lightly. I'm just telling you how I feel. When I hear cyberbullying, it doesn't compute to me. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but I know that it's a real thing.
Well, I mean, think back to your high school age self. Things that happen at school, like a rumor, it would ruin somebody's life in high school. Because, like, when you're in high school, and I say high school because before that, not that, like, cyberbullying and things like that can't take place before, but usually high school is where it's worse, more concentrated. But, yeah, like, oh my gosh, something embarrassing happened, a bad rumor,
Like, if you've been over to pick up a pencil in class and fart. Does that happen to you, right?
I was in 6th grade when that happened.
Now, for me personally, like, I got picked on. I was a fat kid. Fat kids get picked on. That is life. That is what happens. It's not okay, but at the same time, it's children, It's people that aren't fully adults yet. So when I was there, it really sucked. Looking back on it, I'm not saying that the people were okay that may have picked on me about my weight, but I'm just saying, like, it's life, But
yeah, when you're there in it, when you're a kid, you can't see the future, and you're right there in the moment, and you're around these people at school every day.
But you learn. So, I mean, some people don't, some people do, but eventually you adapt. You learn how to change, and that's different for some people. For me personally, one day my brain just said, "Well, I'm not going to let that happen anymore." The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to call myself fat, because if I beat everybody to the punch, then it's on me and it's nobody else. And I make fat jokes about myself all the time. But another thing was, I always had this fire inside of me, this temper. And when I was 15 and 16, it really, really started rearing its ugly head. I started playing football. I was getting aggressive. I was getting mean. I wasn't mean to people, but I was coming into that, what you know now. It started then. You know what I mean? And I remember the first big thing. I was in class, and the teacher had gone away for some reason. We were all sitting in there, and this kid across the class, the way the tables were set up, it was like a big square, so like everybody was facing each other. And this kid said something about me being fat. Like, he, made this weird comment, and I had reached this point where I was like, I don't allow that anymore. And I remember looking at him, and I was going, I think you need to shut up. Like, I didn't pick on him back. I just made it very clear I wasn't happy. And, he said something like, "Oh, what are you going to do about it, fatty? You're not going to do nothing." And I said it again. I was like, "You need to shut up. Stop." And then he kept on. And then finally I went, "Here's the deal, man. You're talking right now because there's a bunch of people in between us, and the teacher is going to come in at any time." I said, "But we're out of this class soon. And when I meet you outside, then we're going to talk face to face, and I'm going to hit you in it." And he shut up. And might not have been the best way to handle it.
So what happened after class that day?
So this is what happened. I went out into the walk area, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's that area in between all the buildings.
The courtyard?
Yeah. So he didn't come up to me right away. We had another class, but then after that class, I go back in the courtyard, and he walks up to me with 2 people, and he had the stance. You know what I mean? Like, he was going to be like, "What are you going to do?" So he walks up to me. You know how you can just look at somebody and go, they're going to try to fight? Mm-hmm. That's how he walked up, and he had 2 guys behind him. And before he said anything, I go, "Hey, looks like you brought some help. I just want you to know, though, you guys are going to take me down. I get it." I said, "But before you 2 boys jump on me, I'm going to break your nose. So is that what you're ready for? Are you ready to go to the hospital? Because before they get on me, I'm breaking your face." And he just goes, "It ain't even worth it, man. It ain't even worth it." And walked away. And I'm not saying that anybody should act that way, but like, I don't know. I kind of feel like when you're young, you're stupid, I wouldn't do that now. You know what I mean? Like, now, for the most part, I would try to walk away. Sometimes my temper does get the best of me, and I'll say something like, "Why are people still writing checks at Food Lion?" Things like that. But Yeah, it's going to be a weird thing. Like, I feel like with our kids, it's not going to be as much of that as it is going to be people picking on them online, you know, or like doing something weird online. Mm-hmm. Or like what? We just have to make sure our kids are not the ones cyberbullying people.
Whenever we were young and crazy and stupid, there wasn't somebody with a cell phone there ready to whip it out and take a video or photo of everything. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, like.
And that's what you got to tell your kids, like, don't do anything.
Don't be that person on YouTube.
Like,
please.
Don't just go to school, make a friend, talk about current events, not even loud. Don't talk about the president. Nothing like that. Nothing that draws attention to you. Like the only.
No, we are not teaching our kids that. It'd be like
the only
mindless sheep.
The only attention you want to drag to you is by a talent. Like, don't have any attention drugged to you because you pooped your pants in the middle of the courtyard or because you got tased or because of anything stupid like that. Like, be original, be your own person, but don't get caught up in just something stupid. You know? Just don't do it.
I worry about, our kids, they have our tempers. Because I have a temper too.
Already they have it, yeah.
And, oh my gosh.
It's rough. It is rough.
Yeah. They definitely have tempers. And Reagan, she's so sassy. Oh my Lord. She picked up and threw. And
she threw. Good Lord, it's been a rough day for you, huh?
I know, it was. She picked up my external hard drive. She was mad at me because it was something stupid.
Yeah.
And she picked it up and just threw it.
Yeah. And you can't hit her.
No, I was just like.
Like, if we had a friend over, like, if like a grown man was in our house and he picked up our external hard drive and threw it, I would punch him in the nuts. You can't do that to kids.
No.
And it's another one of those things, man. Like, I've looked at my kids before and been like, I just want to punch you in the neck. But you don't do it.
Yeah. Riley called me stupid today.
I don't even understand that.
That's not something that you or I say.
He's picked that up from somebody.
I don't know where he learned it, but yeah, he was mad at me and he said, "Mommy, you're stupid." And I was shocked.
And then she smacked the child.
I was like, what? And we had a discussion about how that's not a nice thing to say to anybody, but especially, I'm your mother, you're going to respect me. I know they're 3 and they don't understand that, but I'm like, dude, I was so shocked. He called me stupid.
That's crazy.
My 3-year-old called me stupid. It hurt my feelings too. It did.
I think we're doing a good job with them. I mean, every kid's going to have that. Every kid's going to, he sat in his room tonight and yelled naked taco for 30 minutes. And he thought it was the most hilarious thing. And, so I go out of the room when we put him down for bed, and I go out of the room, and he's just in there, like, they're supposed to be going to sleep. And he's just in there yelling, naked taco, naked taco. So then I go back in there, and, he gets quiet, because, he's like, oh, I'm in trouble. And I walked over there, and I go, say it again. And he's like, no. And I said, no, you don't understand. You're not in trouble. I said, you think it's funny. It's okay. Say it again. And he goes, naked taco? And I said, there you go. Now, don't say it anymore. You said it. You can say it some more tomorrow. It's time to close your eyes and go to sleep. And he goes, okay, I won't say it anymore. And I turn around and I walk towards the door and I hear, naked taco. And I was like, oh my God.
I try to talk to our kids and make them understand the concept of trust.
Yeah.
And promises, what it means when you make a promise. And tonight in the bathtub, I was brave. I don't know what.
You sent me this picture, and I was like, "You crazy woman! You're out of control."
I was here by myself.
If there was a Wyatt Earp version of a mom, that's what you did tonight. What you did was going down to the OK Corral and taking on all the cowboys and. You just go pow, pow, pow. That's what you did. It was something if you just trying to translate that into somebody that doesn't have kids, what you did was you took on all the villains at one time and slayed them. So go ahead and tell everybody what you did.
I was like, I needed to give all the kids a bath.
Yes.
And I was like...
And the ages of these children are 3, 3, and 5 months.
And I was like, I could put them all in there at the same time.
You did it like a freaking baby stew.
I put the baby bathtub in thank God our bathtub was like really big.
Yeah.
I put Reese's bathtub.
It's got to be
in in our bathtub, and there was still room for the other two. Again, like after I got them all in there, I was like, "Oh God, what have I done?"
This was a bad idea.
Before I put them in there,
and you know what? You say that, and it's the same thing when Wyatt Earp in the movie Tombstone, which is probably it's one of the best movies ever made.
It's a great movie.
Spoiler, he went to, do you say spoilers for a movie that came out in the 90s? He went down to the OK Corral where the shootout was, right? And everybody's standing there, and then you hear him go, "Oh no." Like he knew, just like you.
But you have to follow through. You know what I mean?
It's too late. You can't turn around and walk away now.
You're in the midst of it. You're like, well, we got to do this.
This is happening.
But before I did it, like, I asked Reagan and Riley, I was like, what do you guys think? Do you guys want me to put baby Reese in the bathtub? Yeah. And I had to talk with them about how I was like, you can't splash him in the face. Because they like to help me give him a bath anyway.
You can't drown the baby.
I was like, you can't splash him. You can't put water on him. You have to be really careful.
Hot water burn baby. What is that from? Hot water burn baby.
I honestly don't remember.
Hot water burn baby. What is that from? If anybody, please, because it's gonna burn me up. If anybody knows what that's from, please email us, thebobandkatieshow@gmail.com. Okay, go ahead.
And like, we have this talk about what to do, what not to do. And they're like, okay, yes, mommy, we can do that. Get them all in the bathtub. After a few minutes, Riley starts going crazy. Reagan did a good job.
Yeah.
Riley's splashing. He's mad at me because I want him to stand up so I can wash his butt.
Yeah.
And so he like starts stomping and splashing the baby. And I was like, Riley, dude, remember you told me we were going to do that? And he turns and he looks me dead in my face. And out of nowhere, he says, Mommy, I promise I won't do it again. And I was like, oh.
Rain Man. It's from the movie Rain Man. Isn't it?
I think you're right. Yep. Yeah, I think you're right.
Hot Water Burns Baby. It was from the movie Rain Man.
Yep.
Now I feel bad because I did the way I said it because
you're picking on a man.
Yeah, that's okay.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I am ashamed.
So anyway, Riley looks me dead in my eyes and just says, "I promise I won't do it again, Mommy," with this sweet, angelic little voice, and I was like, "Okay."
And then he did it again, didn't he?
And then like. Not even
naked taco.
Not even 2 minutes later, he's just sitting there, both hands just bam, 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 just splashing water. Reese is over there like, oh God. I was like, dude, you promised. And he said, I promise I won't do it again. And I'm like,
I don't believe you. You couldn't have done that in the apartment. No way. Like that bathtub in the apartment.
Oh, no. Yeah, it wouldn't have fit. I wouldn't have been able to fit the baby bathtub and 2 other children. No. Not at all.
I mean, it's a good thing that we have that big bathtub because I can take a bath now in the apartment. Like, because I mean, like, let's be real. I'm fat dude, big guy. The little tiny bathtub, are you going to put like 3 inches of water in it? I mean, like, because that's how it works. You lay a big fat guy in the bathtub full of water and the water comes out and hits the floor. And I can actually lay down in this bathtub. I've only done it like once. I've only taken a bath like once, but it's nice. I have that option now.
Yeah.
I didn't have the option. Like at the apartment, if I wanted to take a bath, I would have to get in it and turn the water on. Cause you couldn't judge. Because if you're like, oh, that's probably enough, you end up like that pot of boiling water on the, when you misjudge boiling water on the stove, like it'll boil over. That's what happens with a fat guy when you get down in the water.
So, like, I know whenever we bought this house, like, the bath, it's not like a jacuzzi or anything like that, but it's like a good-sized bathtub.
Yeah, it's like a garden tub, sort of. Not even, it's not even that big.
No, it's not garden tub big. No. It's like soaking tub.
Nobody knows. It's a podcast. This is a garden tub. We got a big, huge garden tub. It's got jets on it.
No,
and,
it does not.
People stand around in togas and they wave big leaves at you and feed you grapes and wine.
I was like, oh, that's
Patreon.com/thebobandkatie.
I'm gonna get to take baths, like, and be very comfortable.
Yeah. You never get to take baths.
I think the last time I took a bath, I was like, I'm gonna go. It had been a really, really bad day.
Was that when you were still pregnant?
No.
Okay. You've taken a bath since then?
Yeah. it had been a really, really bad day. And I had like these little bath salt thingies to put in the water that I think Megan had given me for my birthday. And they smell amazing. I was like, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to relax. It's going to be wonderful. And the baby was like really fussy. And so I got in the bathtub and you had the baby and you came and y'all were in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And you were trying to get him to calm down. So he's like right outside the door and he's crying his face off and crying and crying.
Did you start leaking milk into the bathtub water?
Probably. But I couldn't enjoy it. I couldn't enjoy it sitting there listening to my child scream.
I want up on baby.
So after like a few minutes, I was like, and I got out. I was like,
guess I'm not taking a bath anymore.
Oh, man.
No. You know what, though? You did it. I'm proud of you. You washed all 3 of them in the bath at the same time. We got a lot of stuff going on in the future. We got the cyberbullying, flying taxis. But I think we got it. We're going to handle it, right?
I don't know. I'm flying by the seat of my pants over here.
Yeah. Me too. I just want to survive. That's all.
Yeah, that's my mindset pretty much daily.
Find your laugh.
Find your happy.